Now let's turn our attention to Lesson 7b. Click at the top Lesson 7b. In this section we will focus on how can you protect yourself. So how do we protect ourselves? Well, there are 6 things we can do. 1. We can be skeptical. Whenever you are viewing a website, especially dealing with a controversial subject, be suspicious that what you are reading may not be accurate. It is this skeptical mindset that will help to protect you from becoming an internet victim of fraud and misinformation. Second, check out sources. See if you can tell from the website who the author or organization is behind the website. Some sites purport to give factual information without even clearly identifying who is behind the site. You can't even begin to evaluate a site's credibility if you don't know who created it. Often you can find who is responsible for a site by looking for a link called About. Check out this site, for example, from the Librarian's Index to the Internet. Look at the About the 52 at the top of the opening page, http://li.org/3, check author's credentials. Once you have identified the author behind a site, you can use other internet sources to check out the author's credentials. This credential checking is especially important when it comes to health and safety issues. Say, for example, you have a family member suffering from diabetes. On a website, you read an article about a new treatment for diabetes, a new treatment advocating a medicine called diabetrone. The doctor's name is Janice Charlatan, associated with Fictional Hospital in Missouri *YO. You could go to the website of the American Medical Association to see if the doctor is listed. The site's address is http://ama.assn.org/doctorfinder/home.html?apps/emig.htm. You could also check out the medication by using such sites as Walgreens. http://www.walgreens.com/library/findrug/druginfosarc.jsp or perhaps PDR for consumers. http://www.pdralf.com/drug_info/index.html. A good source for checking out the existence of a hospital is http://thegapicenter.com/hospitals/index.htm. Of course, you won't find Dr. Charlatan, diabetrone, or Fictional Hospital listed on any of these sources. You might do well then to conclude that the site advocating the use of a diabetrone is a fraud. Next, you can use fraud spotting sites. Several websites can help you spot internet fraud and hoaxes. Here are 3. 1. Cliff Pickover's Internet Encyclopedia of Hoaxes, http://pickover.pc/hoax.html. 2. Urban Legends and Folklore, http://urbanlegends.about.com/3. Hoax Warnings from F-Secure. Focuses on virus warning hoaxes, especially in email messages, http://www.f-secure.com/news/hoax.htm. But as in the above case, when you cannot find out information about the source from a web page, delete the words after the domain name, and then press enter to take you to the domain address which usually ends in .com, .org, .edu, or .net. You can see the domain name alone entered in the browser's address slot below. Note too, how the blue title bar in the browser gives you more information about the business of the company that is behind this website. Once you are at this domain page, often called the home page, you will note an About Us link, as shown below, that will help you find out information about the source of the website in question. The most important point here is that when you are evaluating the reliability of a site, you should always check out the home or domain page. Also, the importance of going to the home page is being explained here. Why is it so important to be able to get to the home page in a site? Because it is often this page that reveals the most detailed information about the source of a website. Sometimes, to see information on the source, crucial to help determine the credibility of a site, you have to get closer to the trunk of the site, also called the home page or the domain page. Let's take another example. The address of this page you are now reading is http://gordonrichard.com/internet/lessons/les7biva.htm. To see information on the author, take a look at the domain name page at www.gordonrichard.com. Another way of protecting ourselves is by finding out who owns a site. You can check out who owns a domain name by going to VeriSign, http://networksolutions.com/hoist/index.jsp. Often through VeriSign you will be able to learn the name and address of the person or company behind the site. And with the name and address available, if you wish, you can contact the site owner if you are trying to verify the credibility of a site. Certainly, if you're checking out a new medication or medical procedure, you must take the extra effort to ensure that the source of your information is reliable. Finally, use reliable search sites. Most search sites only help you to discover web pages relating to the topic you are searching for, but these same search sites such as Google, Excite, Lycos, do little to verify that the sites or hits found for you actually give reliable, accurate information. But here are 3 search sites that have a good reputation for coming up with credible sources, as reliable as the information you are likely to find in your own college or local library. Encyclopedia Britannica's Internet Guide, http://www.britannica.com, Librarian's Index to the Internet, sponsored by the Library of California, http://lci.org/Library of Congress, http://lc.gov/global/explore.html. Man, that is a lot of good advice, Mr. Gordon. He is a brilliant dude, don't you think? Now for your assignment. Really, you thought you were just going to sit there and listen to me and not have to do anything? That's funny. But seriously, here is your assessment. Considering what you have learned about evaluating websites in Lessons 7a and 7b, write 100 to 200 words evaluating the credibility of the following 2 sites. Be specific in making your comments reflect information in Lessons 7A and 7B. Please keep in mind that sometimes a site is just meant to entertain rather than inform, or it can do both. Go to http://www.brainpop.com and http://www.hlsr.com. Your teacher will write those two URLs on the board. Have fun. See you next time.